I got to stand up for myself and continue to fight for what I created. Lupita Nyong'o had nothing to do with the creation of dark skin activism or the colorism conversation, nor the black woman had anything to do with that. That's Rashida Strober. And I got to stand up for myself, no matter what people are saying. I got all these critics want to come for me. Come for me. Lupita Nyong'o has done nothing for dark skin. That is a fact. Let's break this thing on down. How is it that when you come out at the start of your career and you do not talk about being dark skinned or colorism, but years later, after Rashida Strober has done the heavy colorism and darkism lifting, you reap the rewards? No, that's not right. And guess what? Some of you have pointed out, well, I can't think of your name, but you know who you are. The bigger stars, they're always going to get the praise. Well, I got a fucking problem with that. That might be the case, but I'm going to fight it intellectually. That's not going to stop me from fighting for something that belongs to me. I want my money and my recognition. Lupita Nyong'o should not be able to capitalize off of this colorism conversation, this darkism conversation, when she had nothing to do with it. This is a basic principle. This is nothing hard to understand. And I love how people like to make all kinds of excuses to rationalize wrongdoing. Okay? Donkey of the day. I was made donkey of the day in 2015 for bringing dark skin to the masses regarding darkism and colorism when I talked about Kendrick Lamar and his light-skinned girlfriend. After that episode, black women all over YouTube who previously had big followings, they came to my little old channel and stole. You all are thieves. I'm not letting it go. I won't let it go. Because I'm here to tell the truth. Why should I relinquish what I created to people that had zero to do with the creation? I'm never going to do that. And anybody that's coming up on here making comments telling me to let something go when I know for a fact that these black women on YouTube had followings because they know how to market, and they came and heard about me, whether it was through Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club making me donkey of the day, whether it was through me being on Tommy Sotomayor bringing the dark skin agenda to the masses, whether it be me on all the other interviews I've done. Sonetta, I've been on like I said, Tommy Sotomayor, Brother Sanchez, O'Shea Duke Jackson, the Star Report. I've laid the groundwork. If you think I'm gonna sit down and bow down to these chicks because they got big followings after they done ripped off my work, you're crazy. It's gonna always be a battle and a war and a separation. Always. I'm never gonna respect them, and I'm gonna keep pushing the story of the dark-skinned activists to the masses, and I'm gonna get there. You can laugh, you can talk crazy, you can make your comments, you can call me manly, I hear it all. You could say I'm jealous. I don't give a damn about none of that, because what you say don't matter. What matters to me is the truth. What matters to me is the truth being told about how this whole entire colorism conversation came to the masses and how black women stole and ripped off of me. Black women stole from my channel. That's a fact. Black women on YouTube stole from my channel, and I want to be clear, and I've said this before, and I want to be super clear about this. Marketing does not equate to artistic talent. What marketing equates to is you know how to market. But because you know how to market does not mean that you are talented and that you are an ethical, moral person, because you can go to another black woman's channel and see that she's created a lane that no other woman thought to even talk about and rip off her work. That's why I can't respect Lupita. You're not any type of ambassador for dark skin. You're a fraud because you sat there at the origin and inception of your career And you stayed quiet about dark skin. You did not talk about colorism. Where is the track record? And you want people to praise you while I be the lone one standing out. I will go up against millions. I don't care about somebody's popularity. I care about what is factual. I am the one that introduced this dark skin and colorism conversation to the masses, and I deserve to get credit and my money for it, and I will not stop fighting. I will not stop fighting. Y'all can make all the negative comments, call me jealous, which is ignorant, call me a hater, which is ignorant, call me manly, which is ignorant, call me unfeminine. I take all the hits, because guess what? See, that's the thing. That's why colorism and dark skin is on the map, because I was able to take the hits, which you just was not able to do. None of you. Like I said, Rashida Strober did the heavy lifting for colorism and darkism, and these black women have ripped me off and stole from me, and they're reaping the benefits. And I will never forgive for that. I don't forgive. I might forget, but I don't forgive until it's rectified. Because you didn't do the work. You are not the one that came up with the idea to bring dark skin and colorism to the masses. You were not the one. That is Rashida Strober. That's it. And I am against every dark skin, brown skin, light skin woman that is talking about colorism and dark skin and is not acknowledging the fact of why or who made it possible for them to talk about it, and is not paying me my money, because this is about my money now. There's too many people that have sat back and capitalized off of my dark skin channel, Dark Skin TV. They capitalized off of going to my GoFundMe, which I started in 2014, and these lowdown on YouTube even went to my GoFundMe and stole verbiage from my GoFundMe. They have capitalized off of me being made donkey of the day. They have capitalized off of me receiving death threats for talking about dark skin and being the dark skin activist and introducing the conversation and concept. They have capitalized. They have, you know what? Here's the thing. Black people have done me way more dirty than white people. That's a fact. You can be mad all you want. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm going to spit the facts. Black people, and I would venture to say mainly dark skin, light skin, brown skin women have done me more dirty than white people have ever done. And the black women, y'all take the cake even regarding the black men, because see, even the black men have brought me onto their platforms, and they've been honest about it. And I always shout these men out, some of them, you know, as many as I can. People like even Tommy Sotomayor. Y'all can hate, say Tommy Sotomayor, he don't know. You know what? The fact is, Tommy Sotomayor brought me on his platform. Phil Advisor brought me on his platform. Star brought me on his platform. Sonetta brought me on his platform. Brother Sanchez brought me on his platform. O'Shea Duke Jackson has brought me on his platform multiple times. But y'all black women, y'all are worse than, y'all have created oppression for me, economic oppression, worse than white people at this point. Because see, I took down my videos, and people love to try to demean me because they say your views are low. They try to attack me thinking that's going to break me down. You're not going to break me, because I know what the history is of black women ripping off my work on YouTube. YouTube was promoting my work. I was getting thousands of views, and I'm going to keep repeating this because it's the truth. And when I discovered that these unscrupulous black females on YouTube had came to my channel, studied me, and ripped off my work, what I decided to do is take my videos down, and I was getting a check from YouTube every month. But after I took my videos down, because these black women were unscrupulously stealing from me online and regarding even taking my videos without my permission and placing it on other social media platforms, I decided to take those videos down, not knowing and realizing that YouTube penalizes you for that, because they like content. Okay, like So then I take my videos down because of the plagiarism, thinking that it would stop the plagiarism, but you know, in hindsight, they say hindsight is the best. The plagiarism continued because the cat was already out of the bag. They already discovered my content and decided to rip it off and steal it and take it back to their already built-in audiences, okay? So, as a result, I lost money because, again, YouTube does not like it when you take down content. I lost money as a result of what black women have done to me, and I lost views. So for those of you, for the umpteenth time, and I think some of these people, you understand, you just want to make excuses and lies to cape for these people. So, but for the umpteenth time, this is the reason why you see Rashida Strober with lesser views. It's very simple. Taking down the videos after discovering I was plagiarized, which caused YouTube to penalize me by not promoting my channels anymore and my videos anymore, and therefore a decrease in money. No checks. Black women on YouTube are directly responsible for that. Had I not been plagiarized, why on earth would I have a reason to take down my videos? I wouldn't have a reason to do that. Black women need to be put on trial for what they've done to Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist. These women need to be taken to task and put on trial, all of them, and the ones on YouTube, and I would venture to say the famous ones. Yes, I make big, bold, brash statements, and I only make big, bold, brash statements if they are based in truth. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but one thing about me is I'm more ethical than ethical can get. I don't steal and I don't take from people. I'm original. What you see is what you get. And when people turn around and do this to me, especially my own black people, I'm not letting that go. These women need to be taken to task, and eventually it's going to happen. It's going to play out in a legal, I see it playing out in a legal sphere, where all the facts and the details are laid out, because people like to dress up the facts and lie. I don't do that. I want them out there raw. I want to know where you getting these ideas to speak on dark skin. We're going to lay out the foundation of where the conversation on colorism and darkism.
By a young lady who's taking the world by storm. She's touring and she's bringing a lot of awareness, especially to the African American community, and really more than just that, to the world in general. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 950 Lounge, the lovely and super talented Rashida Strober. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank
Without
you.
question.
Strong J. That boy's good.
Thank you.
Randy Watson.
This is what I have to do. See, Rashida, you're a woman of industry, so you understand this. You know, when the employees start to holler, and when
wait, hold on. You're in the NFL now?
No, I ain't the NFL.
Don't go there.
I'm a Negro League.
Don't go there.
I'm the Homestead Graves. How about that? So when the head dog just keep quiet, they don't know what to do. Like, okay, do we keep clapping?
He'd act like King Joppy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
In
goodness.
any event, Rashida, welcome to the show.
Thank
See,
you.
we don't make, none of us sleep, obviously, because we're all a little goofy. But again, you're in town. You got your one woman play tonight.
Yes.
And you are what you describe yourself as, a dark-skinned activist. Can you explain to myself and our audience, what is a dark-skinned activist?
Absolutely. I'm the dark-skinned activist.
Okay.
And
All right.
no, I don't say that out of arrogance. I say it because people did not believe in what I'm doing. They thought it, in fact, all over social media, people said, what the hell is a dark-skinned activist? They still say it.
Right.
What are you talking about? This is crazy. But what dark-skinned activism came out of is my own life experience.
Yes.
Experiencing what I call darkism. I wrote a book of the same title called Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. And what that basically is dark-skin discrimination. And I honed in specifically on dark skin because people said, look, you need to just stick with black people. That's colorism. I created a new paradigm to speak specifically about what dark-skinned people go through that's swept underneath the rug. And so I'm from the South, and darkism is thick and heavy down south.
Right.
So what it consists of is, of course, the racism that started out of European colonialism and expansionism that led to slavery, and then that led to colorism and darkism. So it's dark skin discrimination based upon dark skin.
when I think of, again, you let me know if I'm right or wrong here. When I think of what a dark skin activist is needed, is really kind of geared toward us, because if we're dealing with racism with white and black racism, doesn't matter if you're high yellow like Albie Shore or you're dark like Yappy Kodo. But when it comes to activism, it seems like it's more internal racism, you know, where light-skinned person feels they're better because they're light-skinned, or they have the curly hair, similar to School Days, what Spike Lee made many years ago.
So wannabes and the jigaboos.
Right, exactly. So when we talk about the discrepancy between light and dark, give me some examples. Growing up in Florida, South, and that the area you live in could be a little aggressive. I won't just keep it like that. But talk about some experiences you've had that has led you to have this fight against, black on black racism.
Oh man, absolutely. I got a lot of stories. I might be here all day, but
We got time for you.
in my family,
Break it down.
in my family, and I want to say shout out to my cousin Jamisa. She's light skinned. Let me just preface it with saying I have an aunt who will always tell me that my great grandmother is Indian.
Right.
And my cousin took on, while I have the high cheekbones, my high cheekbones and broad nose, which is Indian characteristics, looks manly. They've said this. But my cousin, she took on the good characteristics, the good hair, the light skin, and so therefore she got better treatment. She got told she was beautiful, she got money, she got attention, all the things that a child, especially a girl, would want growing up. She got it, I didn't.
Right.
That's darkism in my family. And they will tell you, oh no, this didn't happen. But let me tell you something, it happened, okay? In St. Petersburg, there's a lot of Chinese restaurants, a lot of Indian establishments and whatnot. Every time I go into one of these establishments, I experience what's called darkism. Meaning I get in line, this happened about 3 weeks ago. I got in line at a Chinese restaurant to get my aunt, the same aunt who brags about my Indian grandma. She asked me to go get her some food. I'm standing in line. A light-skinned black woman walks in and they take her before me. This has happened to me so many times that I can't count.
Right.
Went into an Indian establishment, same exact thing happens. So down south, it's like the darker you are, you're not gonna get the same level even with black people. You can walk into a store and a black cashier is taking care of a non-black person. They all happy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Soon as you get up there, they got attitude. It's like, you can be nice. Hi, how you doing? They got attitude. Those are the types of things that I refer to in my book as darkism. Those are the types of things, that's the big elephant in the room that's been swept under the rug among black people that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna blow the issue up because people are saying, I'm tired of you talking about dark skin in my family. This started way back in the 90s. I did a lecture on Alec Weck, the dark-skinned Sudanese supermodel.
Right, that was back in 98.
In 98, yeah, you got it. Thank you for doing that.
I do my homework.
You do your
I write
research.
my rest of my cast.
Yeah, so all these things happen to me, and I'm like, wait a minute, something is not right here. And I'm not gonna sit here because I know I'm talkative now, but I was an introvert. I was quiet and dark-skinned and just taking people mess. And I said, I'm not gonna do it the aggressive way and wind up in jail somewhere, because you do know that dark-skinned people get more prison time. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Proven by the scholarly research. I said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna deal with it through the arts.
So it's
and through the written word.
safe to say you was the black sheep of the family.
And see, even the word black sheep, I would consider that to be darkism.
Right.
But yes, for lack of a better term, I was. Yes.
So when we had these conversations about, and I kind of really, even though we're in 2017, getting ready to go to 2018, it's still a form of slavery mentally.
Right.
That we had this mindset where the light-skinned person's in the house and the black dark-skinned person in the field. Or,
still got that.
Right, but that mentality still exists.
From slavery.
Right, it's still a mental mindset, and we do it to ourselves. And I used to think, do we know what we're doing? Or is it just something that, are we cognizant of what's going on? Or it's just because it's the way we feel we've been taught? You've experienced this in your own family. So it's actually like, a divide in household. Do you feel like your family is doing this to you or have done this to you more just because it's just a mentality, or it's because they really have these feelings about race amongst themselves, which is almost a form of self-hate.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's a great question to even ask. Are we doing this are we aware of what we're doing?
Right.
I don't think some people are really aware of that. I just think they just react to it naturally.
I think
until somebody like you're doing, you bring it out in the opening. Some people don't even know how they treat you until you check them. Oh, yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Right.
You know. So,
I think because basically, I think it's more being ingrained. Because it's so much been said and keep on going. Because if you look at a lot of the things, like when it comes to the models, looking at the TV shows, you're looking at a lot of different things. They don't show too many dark-skinned people on it. And they show, it's always like white is right, light skin is better. And then you're always trying to keep on going with those same type of characteristics. Look at what some of the commercials that they just had not long ago when they were showing, I forgot which product that was, when they were showing a woman who washed herself up and then she all of a sudden turned from like dark to light, which made no sense to that.
Dove, I think.
A Dove commercial.
So,
yes,
when you look at it, and the reason I say it's ingrained, because I mean, like yourself, because I'm same complexion as you, I have experienced a lot of that, and I still experience some of that stuff till today. And it doesn't matter where you at, if you're in the north or if you're in the south, it's all over the place.
A young man I know, he just became a model, and the wildest thing, he told me, the model agency, they're looking for dark-skinned models now. Now all of a sudden, it's in. And he told me this. I was like, wow, and they just they proclaim stuff at you. They throw it at you.
Right.
To say we looking now. So now dark is in.
No, but that's only because in a modeling situation, that's just about money. But if you're going into a business or going to certain places, they're not really given that much opportunity. If they do give you the opportunity, you're getting way lower funding than the other persons that may be either light or white. So you're not getting that much to pay as much. Because I can look at right now, like within my own job that we have, I'm looking at some of the people that's in higher positions, that's our complexion. They not getting that much as their counterparts who may be lighter or white. And you're looking at it, you're like saying, wow. And then they even look down on you at certain things and make you want to do like I'm just saying like this, a manager is supposed to manage people. Why is he going out there cleaning bathrooms and doing other things where another manager wouldn't do that? So you're looking at like you giving him more duties and more things for lower pay, but the other manager that's either lighter or white don't do those things, and you letting them get away with things.
Look at the fact of how we even use Webster's. Like if you get the word white, this is really, go into Webster's right now.
Yeah.
It's clean,
pure.
It's pure. Right, wrong, black, cryptic, evil.
Blackballed.
So, yeah. So these words, and we say, but I'm in advertising. If you constantly say something, Pavlov's dog, it's going to be conditioned in you.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going through now. We're talking to Rashida Strober again. Come out tonight and find out more information on the Black Skinned Women's Revenge Tour. I'm going to try to get there myself because I'm excited to hear that. Hold on, Rodeo. I'm excited to hear that. I want to dive in to Kendrick Lamar. Now, obviously, a couple years ago, you had a really serve and volley internet situation with Kendrick. Can you dive into that to our audience?
Of course. The way that came about is the work of dark-skinned activism. I tell people, and they think it's a joke, they think it's a game, but it's never been to me. I've been taking the hits for dark skin since 1998. And so this situation came out of that. So what I've been doing is a form of counseling where I counsel dark-skinned people contact me all the time and they tell me their stories because they know I'm not going to judge them and I'm going to believe them and I'm going to listen. So there was a young lady, I had been counseling her and talking to her for probably like a year before this incident happened. Right. And her boyfriend left, she's dark-skinned, her boyfriend left her for a non-dark-skinned black woman, but he was still coming back to her, basically using her, getting money from her, giving her the false hope that he was going to be with her, but still with the other woman. And she was just tore up over it. So me and her had been conversing about this for a while. So anyway, she came to me one day in my inbox. She said, Rashida, have you seen Kendrick Lamar's new fiance? And I said, no, I don't follow Kendrick Lamar like that because I'm from the 90s. I grew up on the Lauryn Hills and folks like that.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
I don't follow Kendrick Lamar, but because me and her had been conversing, she said, go look it up. Right. So I looked it up and I just went and said what I said, like without even thinking about it. Now, I will say, I had a show called The Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge that I started in 2012 in Clearwater on Get Live Radio, where I talked about black celebrities males that I call them darkest, that don't like dark-skinned women. So now we see people talk about it. I've been doing this for the longest. It was nothing to me to just say what I had to say. So I was like, when I seen that, like, go get the attention, I was like, what? I've been doing this for the longest. Like, so what? It was just another day for me to talk bad and say what I had to say.
Right.
So that's what that
opinion.
was.
Right. You was
That's
giving your
all it
opinion.
was. So people just went even to this day, like, people all over the world, they still like.
Oh yeah, when you
coming
when
for
you
me. I
put
was
your
like,
when you
okay.
Google your name, Kendrick comes up like y'all were a couple.
No, no.
I wanted to ask you what triggered you to say enough's enough. I need to put my voice out there about the imagery of dark skin, not just women but dark skinned people. What day did they say I can't take this no more? I got to speak out. What triggered you to say enough?
It's so many different things. It really came from really two things. If I wanted to narrow it down, I love black men. I've always wanted the attention of black men. So in school, there was this real dark skinned man. He used to pick at me, have everybody like he was popular, blacky, ugly spot. I was running away from the lunchroom because oh my God, it was bad, terrible. The whole bus. Like
I ran away from the food
crazy.
myself, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So that
right.
in my psychologically, I was like, well, dang, how can I get them to like me? And then just people, every time I turned around, somebody was saying something negative about a dark-skinned woman. And then living in the South, the experiences that I have in the South with everyday interaction, I said, I'm tired of this. So I would talk to my family members. They got tired of it. I don't want to hear this dark-skinned stuff no more. So I said, you know what? I'm taking it to a global platform because I know it's other people out here. And I've been touring and I've met these people. Right. They told me. I know it's other people out here that have experienced this, and I'm just going to talk about it and let the chips fall where they may. If people hate, go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah.
What else? I got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
So that's really what it was.
I'm so, again, like I said, we're talking again to Rashida Strober, dark skin activists. I'm really proud to have you on because, again, by doing this research, it amazed me how much hate I found about your journey, your plight, what you're bringing to light. And it wasn't from white folks. It was from black people.
Exactly.
It's always like that.
Right, but I'm just saying, I saw the comments. I'm like, I mean, obviously, I'm a realist. I'm from New York. I'm a realist. But just some of the words that I ask people, because I think when somebody types something, it's more than just talking it.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to think it out and put it in grammar. And I just said, wow, this is, to me, like, maybe it's our problem.
It is.
We got to take a quick break, but I want to ask you before we go to break, through your experience in life, has it been more racism geared to you from blacks or whites?
I would have to say equal.
Okay.
Equal. Yep. An equal amount. Because, again, but what pains me the most is the black on black. It's not even the white folks. It's the black people that's doing it.
No doubt.
So, yeah.
We're still joined here by the super talented Rashida Strober. And again, before I continue on with this great conversation tonight, get out to Mayless Documentary Center, 343 Malcolm X Boulevard in Harlem, and go see this young lady one woman show. It ain't Tyson, it's much better. Talk about the one woman show concept and how you came up with these characters. I saw bits and pieces of it. I'm like, wow, I don't know how to. I guess I'm just going to wait till I ask her on Saturday. But talk about this one woman show that you created.
Absolutely, glad to. So back in 2006, I was living in Los Angeles, and it was not a lot of work I'm an actor. Actors out there, so I had a brother named Stephen Meeks. I never forget. He worked with the great Donny Hathaway, who's my favorite artist. He said, Rashida, you gotta write your own one-woman show. And I was like, what? I'm not a writer. So I went ahead and went through with it and wrote it. And he was like, just write about what you've been through. Yeah. So I wound up writing a piece called A Dark-Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story. So people was interested in the dark-skinned stuff. Like my family wasn't, but the people in LA were. So I said, So then I wrote the sequel, which is A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge in 2006. And it went through a bunch of revisions and rewrites, and people kept turning it down. And I wrote it because I wanted to give other dark-skinned women work. So there's 6 characters in there. Yeah. But due to a lack of funding and people not believing in it, I wasn't able to make it a full production in that capacity. So I said, forget it. I'm just going to play all the characters. And that's what I did. So I just started developing it, just rehearsing constantly, And then I did a bunch of readings in St. Petersburg where, the playwright will just do readings of the play in character. And it became a full production at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival, the DC Black Theater Festival. And I just been touring it. Went to Tucson. I got Phoenix coming up pretty soon, working on Los Angeles. And I just said, it's just really a labor of love. So the characters are based off of myself, my mother. She's tall and dark skinned. We used to go to church and people used to pick at her. Here come that black, dark, ugly woman with all them kids. They used to say all kind of stuff. Cause my mama used to be shouting and speaking in tongues, and they would make fun of her. It was off the chain.
We know something about that.
That's what she used to do. Hodiyakidi, Yakambi, all that. I was
Knocking
like,
over
oh
chairs.
God, yes. And people was going laughing at her. I used to be so embarrassed, but
Yeah, we were too. Yeah.
we went to a Pentecostal church, so
We did too.
There you
We
go.
probably was in the same church.
we could have
It's just a
been.
good thing that in my
It was
mama's church,
crazy.
they didn't have solid pews because she would have no legs.
Oh my-
They had
oh my
folding
God.
chairs, so but if they had solid pews, I don't know if she'd be that spiritual.
No,
Right.
I seen a lot of solid pews get knocked over now.
Yes.
My
Like
church,
the
they just-
Kool-Aid man run
Yeah.
It's not a game.
Yeah, like the movie when the water went up, the cheers just parted. Yeah.
It's not a game in the Pentecostal
it's
church
not.
at
So
all.
again, get out tonight. The show starts 6:30. Nice
Yes.
early show. Dinner and a play. Go out and support black business and black entertainment. Because that's really what it's all about. Go ahead, Ed.
I have a question for you. So now with the show that you're doing, now when you're doing the show, you're doing like multiple shows as you're going along around the circuit and everything else. Is each one unique, or they just keep on having the same thing over and over again?
Yeah, it's the same show. I'm playing 5 different dark-skinned women, and what I do, and I was conflicted about this because someone that I was working with, they said you can't keep putting your new life experiences into the show, and I said, wait a minute, this show is organic.
About-
Yes.
So stuff that happens to me, I throw it in the show
it's about
because I be so mad about
Yes.
it, and I can't go beat the person up, so I just go put it into.
If you do want to hit somebody, hit to the.
See, but that's a good. See, but that's a good thing because now that makes each show unique, and everybody going to keep coming out and getting a different
Right.
experience every time they come out,
Now,
Right.
which is great.
Now you do the show. Is the show good therapy for you that you can get a lot of your aggressions out?
That's exactly what it is. Because I be, like I said, I ain't gonna lie. I had a recent situation I just came
You ain't got
up.
no aggression right now.
I could, but no.
I said everything to the right.
No. It's pointing to the man right there next to her.
You keep
No, I
saying
had
dumb
a
comments.
situation with darkism, and I was so angry with this particular person.
Right.
But I just redirected it into the show. I said, I'm gonna get this person in the show. I'm gonna get her. The revenge is gonna be for her.
I just want to ask you a question outside the show.
Sure.
What do you think about black men dealing with white women?
I want black men to stay with black women, and here's why. It's a political thing. I feel like we are in a war in terms of the black family. The black family is under destruction. And so the reason why black men and women need to stay together is that's how we get out of that war. I don't see any other way. So if the black man is leaving us, going off to, other races of women, who do we have there to sustain the family, to take care of the children, to economics? That's a big thing.
Yeah.
You're taking the economics. That's why I get upset with a lot of these athletes and entertainers, because they are black economic development. And if you are marrying or dating a non-black woman, you're taking black economic development out of the black community. I mean, people have argued with me online about this so much, but I'm over it. It just is what it is.
Suppose they say, but I love him.
Well, I understand that, but we also have to look at this side of the argument, that preference is a construct. People are always saying love is love, and it's a person's preference. We also, in the context of living in America and our situation as people of African descent, preference has been constructed. The media has used different images to construct what black men like.
Right,
I mean, we can. It's a proven fact. So you got a situation where you see these little black boys growing up watching TV. They're not seeing beautiful dark-skinned women like they should. They seeing the crazy ones.
And all,
No,
yeah.
they seeing us act crazy and act the fool.
Right.
And
like
so
those
they,
reality shows. They always, the darker the woman, always
my
acting
God.
more crazy.
It's a lot of darkism on reality shows. Just recently, that chick on Love and Hip Hop, I ain't gonna even talk about that right now. But she was tripping. She was tripping. saying that something about the dark-skinned women need to stop bleaching their skin. All these different things that we allude to create conflict and to make dark-skinned women look bad. Yes, some of us are making our own selves look bad. I'm not going to sit up here and deny that. But the media as a whole does not put out enough positive images. I mean, they give us the token dark-skinned woman, like the Lauryn Hills and the Lupitas every now and then. But why can't it be in balance? Why can't we have the same number of dark-skinned women as we do non-dark-skinned women?
Just like what you said, how the media portrayed. Michael Jackson was ashamed of his blackness, and that's when he started, with the bleaching and everything.
Right.
Don't you climb trees?
Sammy Sosa, which is, the whole body. You don't even know who Sammy is now.
Well, let's bring it around, because obviously, we know we have a problem, and I like to always do this because, again, we can complain and talk to the cows come home, but we need to have solutions. Obviously, what you're putting out tonight and what you're doing on tour is a solution. Your books are solutions because it's giving people who may feel less of themselves an opportunity to feel empowered and strong and know that they're worth something. Give me a couple of steps. Somebody listening to the show today, maybe they're dealing with that. They're a person of darker hue or maybe even lighter hue and just dealing with that negative connotation that they're not really worth anything. Give me a couple steps on what that person should do and how they can handle themselves to make them feel a little better.
Well, you have to look inside yourself. Because that's what I had to do. Take some time alone with yourself and to really examine what you're feeling. Look at yourself. If somebody is saying you're ugly, you look manly, these are some of the comments I've heard. I would stand in the mirror and look at myself and just deal with it. It was uncomfortable, but I would deal with it. And then another thing that you should do, which I've done as well, is go find somebody to talk to. Now, you have to be careful with the type of person that you talk to. Find somebody that you know that cares about you. Even me, people contact me all the time, that you know that cares about you, that is not going to judge you, and that you can really pour your heart out to and tell them how you're feeling. Because what I've learned is once you talk about it and get it out, like you were saying in therapy, it's therapeutic to get it out of you. So do that. And then in your families, because this is where it happens at a lot.
It cuts to its core.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Black people, we're gonna have to stop treating the dark-skinned ones differently than the light-skinned. We're gonna have to figure out a way to just be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I am treating my light-skinned niece or nephew better than the darks. Stop doing that.
Even if it means having to focus and think about what you're doing. It's not good enough for what Rodeo said, we just fall into this trap. No, maybe sometimes you have to have a conscious thought. Just like you have a conscious thought when you order food. You have a conscious thought when you spray deodorant on you. You know where you're putting that pressure at. Have a conscious thought.
Right.
We know that in certain situations that we have some work to do.
Right.
We have work to do in the Black community, the Hispanic community. We have work to do a lot of places. But I think by having these type of conversations and realizing there are some issues, starts the healing process.
Absolutely.
If we just walk around, she the crazy. Like some of the things
She probably heard that too.
Well, some of the things I read, right? She the crazy. But these conversations are strong. So, I can't continue the admiration because again, it's not easy to be a trailblazer. It's very easy to fall in line.
Oh yeah.
It's not hard to stand in front.
But
very hard to stand in front.
But now that you do it, has it improved your family structure with you and your family?
Oh, yeah.
Now that you did the show and everything?
They have. They're a little bit nicer to me. It's still the tension that's there because people are this type of issue is so sensitive. People are in denial. They don't like to talk about the light skin. That makes people uncomfortable as hell.
That's like good hair, bad hair.
Oh my God.
Good hair, bad hair. Like if you have women, I don't want that because I want my child to have good hair.
But they coming around. I mean, my brother, he came to my show in D.C. He was one of the people.
Well, he was sitting in the front or the back?
Oh, he was front row and center. He was right there helping me with everything. So they coming around slowly but surely. They're coming around and understanding where I'm coming from.
Will y'all be sitting at Thanksgiving in a few weeks together eating, breaking bread? So that's a whole
I'm
different
not,
thing.
I'm not
All
gonna
right.
give Rashida. Rashida does
No,
not call
that
me
ain't the
turkey.
reason. I'm vegan, so I don't eat the turkey and stuff, and I don't feel
okay.
like having a conversation
We can have
about
some
why.
yams.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So now, because just for our audience and everything else, when you are helping them listen to people and everything else, what was one of the most heart-wrenching stories that you heard
Oh, God.
that really got to you?
I've heard people say they want to kill themselves more than once. That's it. That's really what it is. If the letters, I never say these people's name out of respect.
Yes, of course.
But if I could show people some of the letters I've gotten in my inbox, in my email inbox, and my Facebook, I'd be even shocked.
Right.
Some of these people be angry. They be so, it goes from anger to hurt. It's like this, they
Right.
vacillate in between the two. And it's like, that's why I say, this is serious. People think this is not a game.
It's not.
It's not. It's
I
really
think
not.
what you hit on earlier is like when we asked you about where you get it more, white or black. You said, yeah, I get it both, but the reality that a black person that's going through the same struggles would actually turn on me.
Right.
I think is where it really is raw and
Yes.
it hurts to the core. Got a few minutes left, and again, go out tonight. Black Women's Revenge Tour in Harlem. The address again is at the Maylist Documentary Center, 343 Malcolm X Boulevard in Harlem. For tickets, go visit queenofdarkskin.com, or could they buy it at the door?
Yes, they could buy tickets at the door. It's a little bit more expensive, $5 more, but
We want to
they
make
can
you
buy
some
it.
more money. So go buy tickets at the door. Don't Rashida going home, relax right now. Go buy tickets at the door. Real quick, with this play, this one woman play, you've been going around, obviously, New York's the stop now. Give me the 3 to 5 year plan with this. Where do you see this going? Is it something that you see more just the Tyler Perry situation growing and alleviating to something that can be picked up? Is it something that you want to do for television? Is it a little bit of combination of both? What's the vision you have for this? Give me the storyboard.
First of all, take dark skin activism worldwide, of course, through the medium of theater, and eventually the next step is television and film. And people continue to say to me, "Oh God, this should be on Netflix," or this is like a movie. People have even told me, because some people think I'm crazy, but I'm not. They say, "You need a reality TV show." I'm like, "What? Me?" But they be saying that stuff, and I'll be like, "Okay." But yes, my ultimate goal is to take it to film and television, because it's a topic that people have ignored.
Yeah.
I gotta say real quick.
Yes.
I can't do this interview without mentioning this person. She's the mother of the dark skin movement. Please look her up. Cola Booth. Back in the 90s, she was, this lady, if it weren't for Cola Booth and Wallace Thurman, who wrote the book, The Blacker the Berry,
Yes,
in
Blacker the Berry.
1929.
Yes.
1929, about a dark skinned woman who was experiencing darkism in Harlem. Wallace Thurman. Those two people, I love them to death. Like, I love them to death. But where I see this going is film and television, because that's the natural progression. And I'm just gonna keep touring, of course.
It has to be told. So
Yes,
like
it has
the
to be told.
revolution, as they say, has
Go.
to be televised.
Well, Queen, thank you
Yes.
so
Well, hold
much
on a
for your
second.
time.
Just before we jump on that, I just wanted to ask one other thing too.
Sure.
Because even with the shows and the movies and everything else, do you ever think about like also trying to also branch out into like a therapeutic thing of having like therapy sessions, or having people coming up and start really bringing this more into the medical field as well?
That's an excellent question. I have thought about that, and I've been doing that without realizing it, because people contact me,
Right.
and I'm like a counselor to these people,
That is a therapy session,
like
yeah.
for years. But yes, that's an excellent idea to branch it out into that, and I actually do online sessions where dark-skinned people and not just dark-skinned people, you'll be
just-
surprised.
yes.
All races of people have
Yeah.
came to my show. White people, Asian people, Hispanic
Because
people,
this
they all come.
discrimination in all
Yes.
ethnic
In every nationality.
Yes, in every
It is,
nationality.
yeah.
So anybody is welcome. Like, I don't think for 1 minute that because I'm talking about dark skin. Let me tell you something. Studies have shown that this goes on in Asia, in India,
Yes.
of course, Africa, the West Indies. This is all over the world where we see darkism. So it is something that it's a worldwide thing. It's not just with me. It started with me and me. Oh, I want me a black man. But it's bigger than that, Rashida. You can't be selfish.
You see this Asiatic brother right here.
Wait. How big do you want it? You know, that's the black man. How
Oh, my
big
God.
do you want it? She's an old guard. We don't put the Lord in this. Don't put the Lord in this. We
I
ain't
know,
talking about
right?
the Lord.
Oh, my goodness. No comment.
But you know what? What you're doing is fantastic.
Thank
and also,
you.
it's like you know, I know some people like, oh, she's racist.
No.
Like you said, you're not racist. You said all genders, all classifications
do you know I had
of
a
people
white woman
to come see it.
co-produced the show in Tucson. She'd been following me online for about 2 years, and she said, Rashida, I want to bring you to Tucson. People thought I was crazy. There are black people out there. What you going out there for? And I went,
They don't even
and it was
celebrate
successful.
Martin Luther King Day.
So,
They do
yeah,
now, Rodeo.
you know.
Wake
Oh,
up.
they
So, yeah.
Thank you.
My bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's universal.
Don't talk to him.
White
Rashida.
people
He gonna
donate
make
to
it
my
so.
campaign. White people made this production happen.
No, but you remember, but you still got to remember because a lot of them still support and do a lot of things. Look at Martin Luther King. If it wasn't for a lot
Oh,
of
the
them,
movement,
Yeah, I'm saying,
yeah,
but if it wasn't
right.
for a lot of them helping out the movement, because I mean, a lot of people are colorblind and stuff like out there, but they just want to make sure that they just want to be more. You have to have like a pot of gumbo. You got to incorporate everybody so that you can.
When last
bring
time you
notices.
had gumbo?
Last night.
Yeah, well, that's why you was here late. Again, Rashida Strover, thank you so much.
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday I be up, know your name. 950 Lounge on Square.